Once there was a time every thought was incredible. I ain't impressed by no thing unless I'm high on an edible. Like a bad storm can mess with your reception. How you see the world and other people's no exception. Unfuck my mind.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Lehigh Valley Arts Podcast. This is Ben, and this week I have a really special episode with William H. Travis, aka Travis Hobby. Travis is a local singer, songwriter, music extraordinaire who has been performing music in and around the Lehigh Valley, both solo and in various groups for quite a long time. He is also no stranger to the Philadelphia area where he resided for about 10 years. But nowadays you'll see him playing all around the Lehigh Valley and in various places. And he's currently in the process of rolling out his newest album, Ruby, on vinyl. So a lot of this episode is going to focus on that album, songs from that album, and it's a bit of a unique episode, but I'll explain a little bit of that at the beginning of the actual interview with Travis itself. So enjoy the ride.
Travis, welcome to the show. I've been very excited to do this episode, and this interview has been a long time coming. I think we recorded the rest of this episode like a month and a half ago now.
Well, we've been marinating.
Yeah,
life.
Yeah, for sure. But the format of this episode is going to be a bit different than usual. We recorded your performance at the Compact Disc Center, which was the first of 3 release shows for this album.
Yeah.
And we also recorded some interviews live with the people that were in attendance there. That included people from your band, some of the opening acts, and some of the patrons that were there. So we're going to be working on splicing all that together as it seems fit within the context of this interview. So it should be a lot of fun. And we're recording this episode live at Elmwood Park.
Love this park.
So, Travis, tell me a little bit about why you chose this park for us to record at. Because I originally reached out to you and like, hey, what do you want to do interview-wise? And you're like, I'd like to sit under a tree. And I'm like, well, that's a first, but let's do it.
You have it so set up, and there's a cicada that's making me so happy right now. Like, you know, I like being in the midst of the reality of life, and like studios are really cool to have and important, like music studios. But
yeah,
even I love recording in my apartment, windows open, sirens going by, because that's just the reality of it. So this park was chosen because my dear partner Jasmine and I, when we moved here, we were part of a tree planting initiative in this area, and her and I planted a tree here and then helped with a couple others. And this park reminds me of something that like is in the middle of a neighborhood, which it is. And they've got a hearth painted on stone to emulate a fire. And this feels real to me. So I like to be in real things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm so thrilled that we can be here. And I have done probably more research than I have for any other interview.
Oh, dear.
In prep for this one.
I've got a lot of barnacles on me. I'm an old whale. And I've collected in my travels a couple harpoons. You see that article about the whale that's had a harpoon? I don't know if that's real. I should say that. I didn't follow up, but it was inspiring enough for me to like bring it up here.
But I do want to give a shout out to Nathan Alabak with his What's Really Good podcast.
Great guy.
So much of the base of learning about you and the modern interpretation and birth of William H. Travis as a stage name was taken from that interview. And, you know, your relationship with him just seems so apparent throughout the course of that. It was a joy to listen to, which was
Absolutely
super
love
cool.
that guy. I try to stay in touch as much as I can through social media, which is the nice thing of seeing his family and his work. He's always been someone. But I feel like even when it wasn't super, I guess, trendy in that era of like younger people covering young people
Yeah.
doing things.
Yeah.
He's always on the front line, just
Yeah.
super inspiring to me all the time. Love Nathan.
One of the things that I will cover that's been covered in a number of places is that William H. Travis is your stage name, but it is not your name.
Correct. Correct.
Your name is Travis Hobby.
Mhm. That's true.
And I love how you picked William H. Travis. And you've stated before that throughout history, a number of your favorite writers have been named William. Who's been the biggest inspiration for you?
Probably like William Wordsworth or William Blake. And both of them were super interesting figures. William Blake would punishingly create these engravings, like these etchings. And then I forget the exact word, what it's called. I'm not smart enough, but he essentially has to do everything backwards so that when it's printed and engraved, it comes out the right way.
Yeah.
And it was just, there's a great YouTube video on the process of how laborious it was to like make a poem, etch it, create these plates, and then just make a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, life back then was more like you could just, I mean, still now, you can just up and die at any point. But then you were just so much more in close to how there was no guardrail. Like we build so many guardrails, but back then you just fell off the cliff and like maybe you're found in 50 years and they're like, whose skeleton's this? So William Blake for me always reminds me to embrace that side of creating, because when you're around so many people, there's so much second guessing now and like what are people going to say and what are people's reactions going to be to this and this and this, and everyone just makes scared everything. Safe and scared everything. And so William Blake was someone who's like fearless. And I absolutely love that, his work. Like he has this great quote, the vision of Christ that thou doth see is my vision's greatest enemy. And like there's just lines where that blow you away. And of course at that time where even art is just, you needed patrons. And usually your patrons came through the church. And to come out with a line like that, which is so true. Or William Wordsworth, was one of those writers who honed in on, there's a poem, I think, Resolution and Independence, and there's this leech gatherer. I believe that's the poem, and he's coning with a wooden rod, and back then they used leeches for medicinal purposes, supposedly, and it was a lot of people's jobs. They'd just go into muddy water and stir up leeches and let them like grab onto them, and then they'd pull them off and collect them into jars. But it's this creative person who's watching this leech gatherer and is trying to find meaning in their own life. Obviously, like a life of luxury and luxurious enough to be a writer, thinking about this. But poets weren't writing that stuff back then. They were writing about not an inauguration, an enunciation. Or what was it when a king was anointed? An anointing, and you were hired by the king or the royal family to write about some extraordinarily wealthy person, and now we read it and we're like, wow, that person must have been great. It's like, no, they were paying them to write how great they were. Or their portrait, like that portrait's in a museum.
Oh my gosh.
But like that person was able to afford to have their portrait taken. But Wordsworth, a lot of his work is referenced. I'm reading Anne of Green Gables right now. Love that series. But Wordsworth is mentioned so much. And then a writer who wrote about simple things and just everyday life, I think it's so important to collect that. And not this stuff about like, I'm going out tonight, getting drunk with my friends and like that. That's cool and stuff. But there's also people going through a really hard time. In every facet of life. And so these were writers who kind of honed in on that side of things
Yeah.
and weren't afraid to go into the kind of dark underbelly, the things that most people are trying to forget.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but let's remember them too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like paintings are beautiful of landscapes, and you'll look at it and be like, man, things were better back then in ways, but like they also don't show the mosquitoes wreaking havoc on your neck.
For sure.
That's a beautiful view. Yeah, what about the mosquitoes?
They don't show that.
They don't show that.
No, they don't.
So that's why I like I hate mosquitoes, but I love remembering the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Because they're integral to the truth.
Oh, yeah.
So that's William for you.
I love it. I really do. It seems like there are so many pieces of literature, film, and music that have inspired you, and that you are so quick to either reference or give credit to, even when it's something about you. And you even see that with the first screen printed alternative cover for Ruby at Compact Disc Center, highlighting, what was it, 16 other artists?
It was supposed to be more, but Chris was like, hey, I can't screen print all those. So I was like, darn it, let's cut this down.
Oh, man. And some of those are local, and some of those are more recognizable chart-topping names.
Sure.
But a name that I see come up over and over, both at your live shows, on here, and on your social media, is John Gaume.
John Gaume. Oh, I love that man.
Tell me about this, because I had Doug pick up a copy of the Ruby vinyl from the Mystery Box Game Show. And what did I see inside mine but a Magic the Gathering card with John Gaume's face on it?
Yeah.
I can't escape him.
I don't want to escape John Gaume. That's in Anna Green Gables. Anne always finds people that she calls kindred spirits, and it's someone you just meet and you're like, our spirits are kindred. And I feel that way with John Gaume. And I've only met John Gaume for about a year or so. And he's lived so many lives, and I've lived many lives. But he's someone, when he walks in the room, every molecule in my body jumps up and down with its arms like a Tusken Raider, like, and just with excitement and joy.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Travis.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, John Gaume.
Who am I sitting across from right now?
Hi, I'm John Gaume.
John, great to meet you.
Great to meet you too, Ben.
How long have you known Travis?
Probably about 11 months now. I don't remember where we met, but I'm sure glad we did. Yeah, I moved back. I was living in Philly for a while, and I moved back to the Valley. What was it? In November, and Travis was one of the first people I met, and it was
awesome.
Yeah. But I had met him shortly before I moved back, and it was one of those like, oh, okay, moving back's gonna be okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So tell me a little bit about yourself. What are you part of? What do you do?
Oh, I just exist. I float in the ether. I wonder what any of this means. And I do write songs and I play music under my own name, John Gaume. And I'm a part of a band called Snowing that only half exists. Sort of wakes up like Godzilla every couple of years. Annoys the shit out of each other. Sorry, I cursed. Annoys the poop out of each other and then disappears back into the ocean. But yeah, lately I've just been doing my own solo stuff. It's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
I like playing to a crowd and making them feel what I feel all the time.
What was the highlight from today's set for you?
I thought Wyatt's band sounded particularly great in this room.
Yeah.
I've seen Wyatt and friends play a million times at this point, it seems, but like always good and seemingly getting better every time.
Yeah.
And then Travis is just a consummate professional, and it's like, you know, it's the type of thing where it's like I get up and I play a show, and my voice might like waver in a different way each time, or like I might I feel like, you know, I'll make mistakes and I don't have control or something like that. And I watch Travis do it, and it just seems like this effortless, like it's always good and it's always unique, but never like there's no mistakes. He's just so talented.
Yeah.
And he's just such a good songwriter.
You know, John Gallin plays pinball a lot, and we were at Mystery Box, and they have a bunch of pinball machines, and he had to drop off the show because he got sick.
Yeah.
And Leo came in and did a fantastic job showcasing his music. Which he was like, it was almost better that it was short notice because, you know, you have a show coming up in a month and then it's in 2 weeks and then it's tomorrow. And there's a lot of like, what's it going to be like? What am I going to play?
Yeah.
And he's like, you just hit me up a couple hours before.
Yeah.
And that was perfect.
Oh, yeah. We, well, speaking of Leo, Felt Right and their album Melody of Sentiment was also included on that compact disc center cover.
Love that album, and also love everyone in that band. There's some people like Kai who I've known and come across for a decade plus at open mics and other shows. But I think that the music's incredible, and then the community side of it. You know, Leo opening up their home Slop Sink for shows. Yeah. There's so much giving back, and I've been retired from music for a couple of years, and coming back into the water and seeing such lovely people who are like swimming and having a good time, even when there are sharks out there, it's like being with them is so encouraging.
Yeah.
And they have so much love that they put into what they do and their relationships with people. And I'm sure that can be so exhausting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So they've helped me do so much that I've done this past year, and so I have endless love for them.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Well, in the hustle and bustle of life, they are how I originally came across you.
Really?
It was their show, your performance at the Slop Sink, was it last summer?
Yep.
That Doug and I went to together.
Hi, I'm Doug Trachtman. I'm an artist. I go by Lava Lamp Bebop, and I am the world's #1 William H. Travis fan.
How long have you known Travis for?
Really only a little over a year. I think he came up to me at the Punk Rock Flea Market one time. We talked a little bit, and then I saw him at a show, and he said he liked my stuff, and he was maybe interested in having me do work at some point. I ended up seeing him later that summer, really loved his performance. It was at the Slop Sink, and we've been kind of friends since then.
Where the smokestacks fill.
And it was supposed to be outside, then some storm stuff happened. It was inside, and just seeing you and Alex get up in that crowded room, I feel so lucky to have experienced your music in a live setting at a house show for the first time. And having seen you a number of times since, it feels as though that's the setting that you're always trying to emulate.
Yes. So I love being in a house where people live and cry and laugh. That's where the music's written, and that's where I like to share the music.
Oh, yeah. Well, on kind of the topic of live shows and pulling in, you know, these kindred spirits that you find yourself with, tell me about the live band that you currently play with. I love seeing these faces every time I come to your shows.
Me too. They're dear friends from life, and I always think of it like in those old movies like Seven Samurai or something, where like the squad assembles one member at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. good life. The good life.
Who am I sitting across from right now?
You're sitting across from Alex Luquette. Yeah.
Nice to have you back on the show.
Hey, thank you. It's good to be back.
Always happy to talk to you. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about Travis. How long have you known him?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think we started playing together in a different band in like at least 2013. So it's around then. I mean, it's been pretty consistent since then, actually, which is pretty amazing to think about right now. And I'm happy to know him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What was the highlight of today's set for you?
Everybody yelling woo. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because it was so enthusiastic. It didn't see, because sometimes you try to do that stuff, or you see people try to do that stuff, and the audience is very kind and they're sympathetic and they give it their best.
Yeah.
But people were like in it. They were ruined.
Oh, that's awesome. More than just today, what's a highlight of yours of playing live with Travis?
I sometimes think about a time that a band Travis and I played in. We drove to Austin, Texas to play at a show.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was like, you know, it was my first tour and I was still kind of like getting to know everybody. But there's just this like, just this specific part of the show where I sort of realized how special that kind of is, right?
Yeah.
Like we were playing and I looked out the window and it's like, wow, we drove so far.
Yeah.
And like had a great time. And
That's awesome.
And I still think about that.
Yeah.
That split second.
That's
That
awesome.
little realization.
I feel like a kind of connective thread through the times that I've seen you live are an intense sense of improvisation when it comes to set list and weaving in and out of songs. Tell me a little bit about, you know, improvisation and the live experience for you.
Yeah, I think, yes, I love that. I love that because I love improvising. And I think it's like, it's so key to trust the people that you're playing with, right? Because then you can step out a little more because you know they've got you.
Yeah.
And the most exciting point sometimes is like if you can maintain right before it all falls apart.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't trust them, you can't get it there because you don't want it to fall apart. But the people I'm playing with up there right now, like I know we're listening to each other.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And was it that show in Austin when you realized with Travis that you had that trust in the live experience?
There was just a lot of trust in that trip in general, right? Because like, you know, long drives. We're staying in we slept in someone's movie theater. There was like all these weird situations we found ourselves in.
Yeah.
But like we could sort of look around and be like, all right, head count 1, 2, 3, 4. We're all here.
Yep.
And let's just keep rolling. And,
That's awesome.
And yes, I think you build that trust, you know, on an interpersonal level. And they're such good friends of mine.
Yeah.
And it just makes it so much easier to then trust each other musically.
That's
and
awesome.
go for it.
That's awesome. Who am I sitting across from right now?
Rebecca Bueller.
Nice to see you again.
You too.
How long have you known Travis for?
I've known Travis for 10 years.
Wow.
Because I moved to the Valley in 2015 and met him through my friend Felicia, and it started with, just come sing on this song.
Yeah.
And then come sing on this other song. And yeah, it's just kind of been that way ever since, and he's so supportive and just such a wonderful person to work with.
Yeah.
Like really just is so supportive of all the musicians he works with, and really, really pushes us, but in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I need a little push, and Travis is just there like gently nudging. And I've learned so much from him and Alex and John of just like this is fun. We're here to have fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to. It shouldn't be this like stressful, crazy thing.
For sure.
We're just having fun with our friends.
What was your highlight from today's set?
I always love playing funny. I love looking over at Alex and singing our harmonies together. That's always a really special one because the lyrics are very meaningful and kind of makes you think of your own partnership and your little inside jokes, and you know, it's just tried to make you laugh. He told me to go fuck myself. Like, it's just so playful, and just if you have that type of humorous relationship with your partner, it's just it's nice to reflect on that while
Absolutely.
singing this song with two of my like incredible friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's always a highlight.
And it hurts so bad it just exists. I made you cry when I only tried to be funny. And you tell me to go fuck myself, turn away from me.
You know, Al and I go back. We were in a band, Our Griffins, together. That's how we met. And Johnny and I, kindred spirit. We met Wildflower Cafe. Are you familiar with that place?
I'm not.
It's where the New Street parking garage is now. It used to be the
okay.
Wildflower Cafe.
Yeah.
Wild place.
Yeah.
Wild place. Literally, Wildflower Cafe. You would just go there. Bill Madey would be like operating the open mic and just being like, you play music? And I'd be like a petrified 12-year-old. He'd be like, come on up here, in his Bill Madey way. And Johnny would be there always just on stage, like playing drums, whatever. And so I met him there. Didn't know who he was. He didn't know who I was until like a decade later.
Yeah.
When I brought up some anecdotal story, and he was like, "That was me. I was that Johnny." And when Justin's around, we get to play with him and Becca. You know, the thing is, all of us have so many lives that we have to live every day.
Sure.
And when we can get together to sing together, maybe we had 5 minutes to like learn the words or learn the guitar part. Or everything's so reactionary. And so things might be sloppy at our shows, but that's because like you're seeing the rehearsal. You're also seeing the writing session and you're seeing the show.
Yeah.
You're seeing all of that in real time.
Just a few quick glances at your social media, you will see everywhere this idea of the Fellowship of Love.
The Fellowship of Love.
So tell me about that.
Like, I don't know what we would call it, the Troop of Love or the Gang of Love or the Ensemble of Love. I do love Lord of the Rings, but I do love the idea of fellowship. If you get to be intimate with certain artists, they'll tell you, like, we can nickel and dime each other and be like, hey, I need 100 for this, I need 200 for that.
Sure.
But like, we're doing some of these shows for free.
Yeah.
And the bandmates aren't getting paid.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting paid.
Yeah.
And even for these things to happen, it almost has to happen with no money in it. It's literally fed on love and like, I love you. I'm going to help you out with the art on this.
Yeah.
Like Gene Mater, who did the art for the Fellowship of Love show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gene was just like, hey, come over. Let's talk.
Yeah.
And so I'd sit there and Gene and I would chat about like Teach Your Children by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. And then I'd be like, Gene, I got to go teach, and I'd leave. And then Gene would be like, come back next Tuesday. And we were just hanging out, talking about art and how much has changed in Bethlehem or different people or different buildings. And then at the end of it, I was like, Gene, you got to tell me how much you need for this. Like, I might have to work extra to pay you. And Gene's just like, just help me with my Wi-Fi. And I was like, all right, Gene, can I come help with the Wi-Fi? And Gene's like, I'm busy. We'll talk. And that's how that poster gets made.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have paid Gene, but just to get any of this stuff done, to even record, like to have a friend come over and record I can't pay them.
Yeah.
And then what ends up happening for the past 10 years of my life and in this area, you ask someone like, hey, can you play piano on this? They're like $400. I'm like, dude, this song will not make $400. You want to make $400 to play on it, and then the mixer wants $400, and
Yeah.
then the master wants $200,
Yeah.
and then Spotify is going to pay 0.00018 cents per play.
Yep.
So that the fellowship of love is people who know this
Yeah.
and know that if we're going to make anything ever to encapsulate these moments in our lives and our artistry, it's a labor of love.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's the fellowship of love. And
Yeah.
it's a hard truth. You talk to kids and they come in with these dreams of like, I'm going to be a star.
Mm.
I'm going to make money. And I'm like, why don't you try just making something real?
Yeah.
And like with the people that you love,
Yeah.
and share it with people that you love in a building that you love, and like from a record label that's from your community that you love, operated by people that you love.
Absolutely.
Because the other route is just like money.
Sure.
Money. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't like this artist, but they're paying me money. And I don't like this thing, but I'm going to mix it because it's money.
Mm-hmm.
And the alternative of that is love.
Yeah.
Or
Oh
the
my gosh,
antithesis.
Candy, cigarettes, and Big League Chew were fantastic. Now I can't even drink water without the microplastic. Is it the world or is it me? It's the two of us probably. Happy New Year, it's Wednesday, June the 1st. Now let's pop a pill. Unfuck of my mind. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, unfuck my mind.
Tell me about Big League Chew.
I used to pitch sidearm in baseball.
Yeah.
And the coaches would pull me from every game because I would like warm up overhand because there was this like, you're going to ruin your arm.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm going to play 2 more years.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ruin my arm. And so I would just take these wads of Big League Chew and like put them in my mouth. And watching ESPN, there was this pitcher at the time, John Rocker for the Atlanta Braves. As an adult, I realized he was like cursing out the umps. But like I would emulate that as a kid when I would get like very visually upset and spit my Big League Chew, not realizing that was tobacco. And probably owned by a tobacco company trying to get me
Sure.
started young.
Sure.
But yeah, at the old days at the ballpark, you'd get one of the parents would get everyone a hot dog after the game and like a Capri Sun, and I would get either the bubble gum, the tape that you'd have to take out of the tape measure,
Yeah.
or the Big League Chew, or candy cigarettes,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I would always puff on.
Oh yeah.
So there's so many memories. Like I can taste the chalkiness of the candy cigarettes or of the Big League Chew right when you put it in. Yeah.
So within the context of your song "Unfuck My Mind,"
Mhm.
how did you land on bringing up those memories and associations with the context of that song?
Getting older has just been like getting cut by this thing and getting burned by this thing and getting knocked down by this thing to the point where like you can't even do anything. You're just like, oh, I'm going to upset this phantom person that doesn't exist, or, you know, don't want to offend this person, or to the point where you're just like stifled into doing nothing.
Sure.
Just things you would naturally do as a kid fearlessly. I approach with so much caution now and so much red tape.
Yeah.
And there's like that story about the Czech Republic. They were bureaucratically arguing how to best build a dam. And then like in 2 days, these 2 beavers showed up
Yeah.
and built the dam. Even better than them.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I did.
And it's like, I love beavers. It's my favorite creature. And it's that's the truth. It's like young me would have been those beavers, just like, fuck it, I'll build the dam.
Yeah.
And now in old age, there's so much red tape.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I've loved indie and folk music, but everything's like about a tree.
Yep.
And about love and the sun and the clouds and being in and it's so detached from the like grime of reality.
Yeah.
And the truth of like Big League Chew.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And so I'm drawn to just those things that aren't mentioned because they're more real to me than all the other stuff. And
yeah,
I don't know. There's so much music feels out of touch with reality. The music that doesn't is like hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
It's taking the brutal realities and singing them and in rhyme in a way that when like the end of the line hits, everyone's like, "Whoa, that was a great line." And then just like how poetry's kind of lost touch with people.
Yeah.
No one has time to read about the flowers, and it's like, no, we got to build pavement over that for this business.
Yeah.
Instead of whitewashing the like parts of me, that's what I think about.
Yeah.
The first time I tasted Bubblicious, and the flavors exploded in my mouth.
Yeah.
And now I just think about like gum is made from oil byproduct. And it's rotting my teeth, and now I need dental work.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience by William Blake, where in Songs of Innocence, there's this beautiful parade of orphans, these children marching down the street in these white garbs, and the viewer is like, "This, look at this beautiful event." But then the truth for Songs of Experience is like, these are orphans, and they're being dressed up as if the church is taking care of them, but the conditions they're actually living in every day but this one is in squalor. But we're going to present them. So from the outside, if you like travel to Europe and you're like, look at this beautiful parade. They literally like, they take the orphans down. But it's like, no, that's just for the show of it. And so Unfuck My Mind is kind of these beautiful things as a kid. You do these and then you're older and you're like, dear Lord, is that what we're doing to kids? And then you look at the sugar content and it's like 80 grams of sugar.
Oh my gosh,
you're like, no. What? And that's how it all is.
So we grow up, move far away from here. So we grow up, move far away from here.
When in the few brief moments that I got to chat with you at the Compact Disc Center, that release day, it was crazy, and there was all this. But you said something that didn't take me off guard. But I'm like, wow. You said, "This is the first complete project I've ever put out that I have any semblance of being proud of."
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me about what goes into your mindset for saying and believing that.
I think that so much of my journey with music has been like, cool, I found friends who like to play music. Like, great, this is me as a kid. Like, we all like kind of classic rock. But then you're like, oh, this person doesn't actually like to do music. They love the culture of music. They don't actually want to put in any work. And oh, this person's like super into the party culture.
Yeah.
And this person's into it to like get a partner. And so you move on from that because you're like, well, I'm just putting in way too much work alone on this. So then you find another group of friends, but then you're like, oh, this group, they don't take care of themselves. And then your life, your sacrifices with time to not spend with your loved ones, to be with self-destructive people, all of that work gets marred by those relationships. I feel like with this project, I've been around the healthiest group of people who are all older now, so we're abusing ourselves hopefully less. But it comes through in the art, like more people. It's less of like, oh, well, you're the only person I know who plays this instrument.
Yeah.
Or you're my friend, but you never practice, and I love you and I want you on this, but like there's so many like imperfect things that come through into the music. But this was the one where I mixed it, a lot of it, except a couple songs. Before I would pay somebody $400 or $500 to mix a song, get it back and be like, oh no, I hate this. But this person is professionally way more further along on the journey. I can't possibly, my lowly self, tell them like, please fix this. I hate this.
Yeah.
And so you just eat it.
Yeah.
You eat the $500, you release the song, and I never want to hear it again.
Mm.
And they're great people, great artists, but I wasn't mature enough at the time to be like, hey, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Can we bring it more this way?
Yeah.
So it's just been getting to a point where, like, I'll do it.
Mhm.
I'll mix it. I'll do all the recording. A lot of times you go to a studio where there's a $20,000 mic in front of you that the Beatles sang on, and instead of thinking about your song and the lyrics and emotionally connecting, you're like, man, this mic. Think of this. Oh, missed the lyric. And then you're in a special studio that so-and-so, this was their tape machine. This was their personal. Your mind goes all these other directions instead of like, am I doing this song justice? Am I performing this song in a way that like I will be proud to hear?
Mm.
And it's taken a life and thousands of dollars of mistakes to get to a point where like, I don't care about any of that other stuff.
Sure.
I don't care how nice your $10 million studio.
Yeah.
It has no personality.
Yeah.
It's not here to serve the recording of music.
Yeah.
It's more like, check out the great gear we got.
Yeah. Well, so one of the things that I took note of in your teacher's bio was
You're awesome, Ben.
paying attention to the mistakes that I've made in the past and helping my students not make the same.
Yeah.
Would you say that falls in line with that? And
Absolutely.
What does that line mean there to you? Because I've seen it referenced in a bunch of different ways, but I don't know if I've heard you really expand on what that means before.
Well, it's like, when you're a kid and you're like, oh, we're working on songs, like we can sit in the garage and make demos, but that's stupid. That's not going to be good. And we could like learn how to record and
Sure.
learn how to make mistakes and grow from that. Or we can have our parents fork up $20K and we can reach out to, we're not ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be freaked out by the studio and the engineer. We're going to do whatever they say and not stand up for ourselves artistically.
Yeah.
Those are those mistakes, Whereas you need to make those demos. You need for it to be awful. And that's how you build character. And that's how you learn, like, instead of going to a producer and being like, I want this to sound like we're in a spaceship underwater and we're in a blender too. And the engineer's like, what? It's like, or you can figure out what like a phaser is.
Yeah.
And a compressor and like put in that work.
Yeah.
People want to just take the money, make us sound like Gracie Abrams.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, or you put in the work to figure out how to sound, how you want to sound.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant with when saying that stuff.
Yeah.
Is those little mistakes that you make.
Oh my gosh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Another person that's come up a number of times is your lovely partner Jasmine.
Jasmine.
How has that relationship impacted you from both a personal and an artistic level?
She's the one who over COVID like told me to invest in myself. Like buy whatever you need to buy in your art. Like she's not there in the traditional sense. Like people ask me like, is Jasmine supportive? Because she's not at every show.
Sure.
But then I know people who go to every show and then they go home and shame their partner. Like, you have to get your life together. Like, you have to stop doing this childish. So to everyone else, that's supportive.
Sure.
I see them at the show.
Yeah.
Jasmine's not going to come to every show. But she's going to support me in every possible way.
Yeah.
I'm going through some family stuff right now, and that can just really break me and bring me down.
Yeah.
But she is too.
Mm.
And she's moving forward.
Mm.
And things can derail you completely, or things can fuel your efforts to continue on and just be that much more focused on like doing good and helping people.
Yeah.
And like seeing that must have been something like being in a battle on the front lines and the British are coming in such beautiful lines, thousands and thousands and thousands of them, and you're like in the lowly militia and you like turn to run away, but you see that one person who's like still on the front line, who's like, I'm not running.
Yeah.
I'm staying and then like the whole the regiment turns and is like, we're staying, we're fighting, we're punching back. And that's Jasmine for me, is that person always.
Beautiful.
I have to pee really bad, Ben.
That's okay.
Well,
let's
do you have any other?
No, let's definitely let's wrap this up. Let's talk about physical media real quick.
Yeah.
You carry around a camcorder that shoots to VHS. You released a vinyl. You've put out cassettes. You currently have a 35 millimeter film camera on you.
Yeah. I should take another picture of you, by the way. Gotcha.
I love it. And I notice this all the time. Just this tactile nature to everything. We've covered it pretty extensively already, but I haven't asked outright about your love of that, both in your personal and your artistic endeavors.
I mean, it's what we leave behind, and not even just like a legacy thing. It's like in the day-to-day, you're having a rough day. You're about to go to work or something, and you walk by and you see this like physical item that either a partner gave you or you got on a trip or something, and it's just like, it gives you that little bit to keep going.
Yeah.
But I spend a lot of times in graveyards and cemeteries, or going through old documents or old notebooks of women from the Moravian seminary who like jotted down a poem. Just 4 lines.
Yeah.
And I don't know that person. I can never meet that person. But they left these 4 lines of like their life.
Yeah.
And I've always been drawn to demos of things, not like the heavily processed final project. Like I love the demos, those unguarded moments where you like burp in the middle of a take and you're like, whoops.
Yeah.
But that's way more honest than like, I'm this perfect person who's always happy and I'm gonna fight the system and do it. Like it's hard. Every day is hard. And I like the honesty of things and not so much the perfection. Because it just leads to unrealistic expectations for everybody. And we hold each other to such accountability of perfection, but we're imperfect and we're all going to mess up. And it's like, can you continue on? Can you help people? That's all we get. Because before you know it, it's over. So that's the physical side for me. There's also a romanticism behind it. Like new phones, they're perfect. They're really accurate with visuals, but a memory isn't perfect. A memory, like shows used to do, would be like a white bordered cloud about a memory that that's what a memory is. And film does that. It coats the capture in memory, and so does tape. And they're low fidelity, but they're high fidelity in terms of the romance of a time that's no longer, but it did happen.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
That's all. Thank you for this, Ben.
Travis, thank you so much. I'm so happy that we got to sit down and do this. And I really hope that sentiment of imperfection is communicated through the way that we made this episode as well. So I hope the audience gets to learn more about you, your process, your friends, and the fellowship of love in the process.
Well, and I hope that this podcast is really important because it captures such a different element to that a show poster doesn't do, or that a video doesn't do, or that a write-up doesn't do. And I really hope that this continues on as much as you possibly can with your time and energy and love of it, because it's such important work to capture who everybody is right now in this scene and in our community. And it's like completely priceless and valuable work. So thank you.
Oh yeah, we're happy to do it, and we're excited about what we have coming up. This is the last episode in our current season, and in just a few months we'll be back with hopefully as regular episodes as we can put out, given these things take time. But all right, well, it was a pleasure. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bad storm can mess with your reception. How you see the world and other people's no exception.
Thank you so much to everybody that made it to the end of this episode. If you want to keep up with Travis, you can follow him online at William H. Travis. We'll have links to everything, including his Instagram, Bandcamp, Facebook, and more. If you want to pick up one of his Ruby vinyls, and you want to do that online, we'll put a link to the Square of Opposition Records website. However, for anyone that's interested in picking it up in person, the next Ruby vinyl release show will be on Saturday, September 13th at 7 p.m. at Apport Used Books in Emmaus. Travis will be joined by Super Infinity and Chelsea Small. There is a $10 suggested donation for this show.
Additionally, there will be limited edition versions of the Ruby vinyl on hand, as well as posters and art from Miki Tamura. Closing out today's episode are going to be a few more of the interviews that we had with people at the Compact Disc Center at the initial Ruby vinyl release show.
My name is Chris, and I run Square of Opposition Records. Just released the William H. Travis Ruby on vinyl LP, so that's who I am.
Awesome.
And who I'm with. I'm with Ben from Lehigh Valley Arts Podcast. Thanks for joining me here today,
Absolutely.
Ben. Nice to have you.
Yeah, for sure. Happy to be here. So, how long have you known Travis for?
I think oddly, peripherally, maybe 15 or more years. Wow. He was in a band called Our Griffins that I screen printed T-shirts for, and that booked. He argues that he played in my basement, but I don't remember that. We've been trying to figure. When we were stuffing the records, he was telling me details about the house, and I was just like, well, okay, you must be right and I must be wrong. I just have to accept that, but I have trouble accepting when I'm wrong,
For sure.
So, I guess in this I've just gotten to know him more in the sort of William H. Travis context.
Yeah, for
more
sure.
recently. So,
for sure. How did you and Square of Opposition Records get entangled with him to want to print Ruby?
I haven't put out a new record since 2021.
Okay.
When I did an LP for Office Hours, which is that podcast with Vic Berger and Tim Heidecker.
Yep.
Old middle school friends with Vic Berger, so that came across, and that was cool.
Yeah.
And then I just sort of didn't do anything for a long time.
Okay.
I would repress stuff, but I didn't do any new records. Focus, life, priorities shifted.
Sure.
Life gets in the way, as it were. And so I saw Travis at the release show at Godfrey Daniels. And I asked him, and he recalls this better than me. I sent him a DM filled with vulgarity and caps lock, according to his recollection. I'm not going to go back and disprove him or anything. That just why I just asked him why isn't this on vinyl? Why did you only do a cassette? Not that cassettes aren't amazing, cassettes rule, but why just the cassette? Why didn't you do? Because there was a label on it. There was the Astrology Days collective imprint on it.
Yep.
So I asked him. I was like, "What is Astrology Days? Explain this to me. Explain this. What?" And he explained it's just a loose collective of friends more than it is, the financial backing of a label. Not that Square of Opposition has crazy financial backing. It's just me and my credit card.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he didn't pick up what I was putting down, which was, would you want to?
Yeah.
I just bumped that. Sorry. Would you want to put this out on vinyl? Because I was excited. He's
absolutely
incredible, and his live presence is, intoxicating.
Yeah.
And I just know that people need to hear this, and if I can help that, I should.
Yeah. Yeah. Quick, more personal question. So you, Chris, are involved in a whole slew of things.
Yeah.
With Square of Opposition being one of them. What draws you to the vinyl format and the physical medium of it?
Well, I'm 43 years old, so I cannot stream music. I haven't even gotten my head around downloading music. It's never been something that my brain could connect with. So for me, physical is the format. I grew up with records. I grew up with CDs. I grew up with cassettes. I grew up with the tangible.
Yeah.
And I grew up in that, led me into, as a teenager, discovering the punk scene and sort of appreciating the physical media, the touching and the engagement with the format.
Yeah.
And so as I've gotten older, I've only gotten more and more out of touch with technological advancements. So, I didn't even like CDs that much.
Yeah.
Once I got old enough to have my own records and have my record player and tapes, and I drove a car with a tape deck in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's that was what I really gravitated to, is the sort of imperfect, a little more challenging sort of formats. My favorite format is a 7-inch. So you have to sit there and listen to that record and then flip it over because it's 5 minutes at most,
Yeah.
And so you sit there and you engage with the liner notes. And I was talking to Travis about that when we were assembling that, how important, and when we were playing the record, how important it was for me to have liner notes and something in the record, because on on a commerce level, you know, people are giving us money. I want to earn that money. I want to give them something for that money. But I also think that enriches the experience. It forces you to sit and engage with the album. It gives you something to absorb while the music is washing over you. So vinyl is beautiful. Vinyl sounds nice. It looks nice. It's fun. There's the collectible. I'm a hoarder, so there's like the collectible, you know, limited nature of it too. Is just like there are 200 of this record. And so 200 people will be entrusted with this artifact. And, you know, I get all down that wormhole of just like, I have this 7-inch from this obscure emo violence band from North Carolina in 1993, and there were 500 of this, or there were 300 of this, and they're screen printed covers, and they're cut and paste, and holy shit, how special it is to be entrusted with this thing that meant so much to people that they poured their time and their energy into. And so, you know, if that's why I do this stuff, you know?
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to sit down with me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to talk with you.
Who's sitting in front of me right now?
Wyatt Davidic.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
So how long have you known Travis for?
So, I have known Travis as a fan for a while. I mean, Travis, in my mind, is someone that you idolize as a person and a friend. And he is just such a good, but he's an incredible songwriter. And I remember, I am 26 now, but I've been playing music since I was like 12, 13. And he's a little bit older than me, but I came up kind of playing like pop punk and stuff in a way, and like leaning into, my dad loved Neil Young and stuff too, but my dad's a little bit younger, so I was 13 and he was showing me like American football. And I was just like, wait, what? That's not supposed to happen. You know, American football and Neil Young, like those don't really mix, but it was very inspiring. And then you meet someone like Travis that I've always admired, someone that is original beyond belief, and it's not a desire, it just is. And it's an understatement. So it's very beautiful. Awesome. And so and over the years, getting to know him, and it's a greater privilege to be his friend. And I think it is. I tell him all the time, I don't really understand. I don't understand being in this timeline at the same time as much as a lot of these people that are in the Lehigh Valley right now, which is just. It's unbelievable. You know, it doesn't really make sense sometimes. And I feel very, very lucky.
Oh yeah. What song from his set are you most looking forward to today?
Can you curse on here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfuck My Mind is probably one of my favorites, but he sends me, that man is one of the most prolific writers I've ever seen, and I have sat with him to possibly play on some music that he's writing and recording, but this guy is backlogged catalog after catalog, so I mean, we're really in for a treat. I don't think it's gonna go away for a while, and it should stay that way. So
awesome. And you opened, and your band opened for him today. What was your favorite thing that you guys played today?
I don't like
or
myself.
Even the highlight.
But that's all else. I really I'm writing a lot of new music right now. We are recording with Josh at Over Under Studios, but I'm writing a lot of new music, and the thing that we opened up with was like an instrumental piece leading into the first song, Timon, and that transition. The band that I play with, I am just so lucky beyond belief to see the people that I get to see here and know, but also the people I get to play with. I grew up like playing in open tunings. I really have no idea what I'm doing, but all of the pretty much every single person in the band, besides for the trumpet player, they're all music teachers.
Wow.
And they're all classically trained musicians, so I just get to show up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not that. I didn't do that. They did that, and it's just, I feel very lucky. Thank you.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting down.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I'm a musician in the area. I play the piano, hence my shirt.
Awesome.
My piano says, education is important and piano is importanter. And there's a lint on it that I just picked up. I'll play today with Wyatt Davidic. He's opening up for Travis. And yeah, I'm happy to be a part of his band. And then I also have like a little bit of a solo thing going on too.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Very cool.
That's me.
How long have you known Travis for?
Oh, probably like a year or so. Because a year ago was when I started like jamming with Wyatt's band, and then that's when like I just started meeting everybody in the area. And Travis is just such a huge part of the scene that he's impossible to miss. So yeah.
That's awesome. What song are you most looking forward to playing today?
Okay, so Wyatt's been writing a lot of really cool instrumental stuff, and he hates to tune, so whenever he writes like an instrumental thing, he'll just like blend it right into the next song. And there's 2 songs right now that have that sort of thing. So the first song, Timin', there's a really cool new instrumental thing. He's fucking around with like new time signatures and stuff. And then the intro to Water Horse is the same kind of vibe. It's like a Toy Story-ass song. It's so good.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
I love it. He just has the best band behind him, Wyatt does. So that's going to be really, really cool. And then like all of Travis's songs are just insane. Like I've been to so many of his live shows, and it's just always so spot on. He's such a professional, but he's also so funny and warm.
Yeah.
And I just think he's a perfect person and musician. So, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. This is so fun.
So, who am I sitting across from right now?
Eric Santana.
How do you know Travis?
I know Travis for like ever. I played, actually the first time I met Travis, we did a show with a band that I was in with Matt Lachaney called The Bear. It was kind of, I don't know how to explain what we sounded like, but we did a CD release party, and Travis did a band called Our Griffins with Alex, who I was housemates with for a long time. But he ended up, that's where I met him actually. So I've known him since, that was like probably like 14 years ago. So I've known him for a really long time. It's kind of insane. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you played today with Wyatt Davidic's band.
Yep.
What was the highlight of the set for you?
Well, it was the first show that we played with Leah, who was our violin player.
Yeah.
And our violinist, the violin player. But she's really good. She just has a really good sound, and her ears really good. So it was cool to hear her on a gig, because a lot of times when we rehearse, we know the songs at this point, but it's kind of like we rehearse getting a flow together, because there's sort of like a little bit of a intercommunication between the trumpet and the violin.
Yeah.
So it's always different, but it's not totally different. We have like a baseline of what our parts are, and then we just kind of play off each other, and it's always kind of, I don't know, just locked in. I thought it was really cool. But then also Travis's band sounded amazing, so I thought the whole thing was really cool.
Absolutely.
I just thought it sounded really good. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. In the various projects that you've been in, have you guys ever pressed anything on vinyl?
I have not. I would like to. I would like to do something with Sunbus eventually on vinyl.
Okay.
But I have yet to do that. I thought about it. I did a solo album a few years ago that actually ended up turning into like half of what Sunbus ended up doing, and then we kind of collectively wrote music. Like I'll bring in songs. We all kind of and then we kind of developed a band sound. But I would like to do that eventually.
Yeah.
And I hope that whatever Wyatt records gets released on vinyl too. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think vinyl is just cool. I mean, like I've done CDs obviously. Like I have CDs of a current band, but I think that vinyl just sounds cooler, and also looks cooler.
It is fun.
It's like I got this big old vinyl thing. I'm just gonna be like, so it's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and
Thanks
talking
for
with me
having
today.
me on here. Yeah, I talk
for sure.
a lot, so
I don't
I'll
mind.
just keep talking. Yeah, cool.
All right. So who am I sitting across from right now?
So my name's Nick Daly. I'm a photographer in the Lehigh Valley. I'm shooting a lot of bands. I'm also a musician myself, so it's real nice to be getting really tapped into all of the local shows and getting to connect with a bunch of musicians. It's kind of been my dream to do this on a regular basis. So.
That's awesome. What music projects are you part of right now?
I'm in a band called Radlands. We played the inaugural show at the Bethlehem Rose Garden this year.
Oh, nice.
And we're supposed to have a show next week, but it unfortunately got canceled due to illness. But we're finishing up a record at Shard Studio with Matt Mulchaney. It's our first full length, and we're awesome. Extraordinarily excited to have that record out. We're excited about it.
Oh, that's so good to hear. What draws you to the photography side of the music scene?
I've been a photographer, as an amateur for 20 some odd years, and I've been going to shows for even longer than that. And so when I was deciding to start my photography business, I was like, well, what do I know best of all? It's bands.
Yeah.
And I really started thinking about what is it like to shoot from the perspective of someone in the front row that just loves it as much as I always have. So that's really what I'm trying to do, is to just, capture what I see through the eyes of a musician and a fan.
Yeah.
And I'm really just getting started out, but it's really sort of been very fruitful already. It's been beautiful.
That's awesome. Now, did I see you at the truck stop on Friday?
Yes, I shot that as well. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great, and so to get to show up and shoot and be a part of their last show was it felt really, really special, and they were amazing.
They were, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I was there. Yeah, I'm trying to go to pretty much all the shows that are coming up lately,
That's awesome.
And certainly want to be available for bands if they need any press shots or album art. I do graphic design as well, so I'm kind of combining all of my experience in the music community and in the music scene and my love of the visual art side of things.
That's
and
awesome.
So I sort of fuse it all together.
Yeah. How did you come across Travis? How did you end up here today?
So I've been tapped into a few different organizations, LVGR, Lehigh Valley Girls Rock, and met some people and then met some other people, and actually caught Travis at his show at I think it's Apport Books in Emmaus.
Yeah.
And he just blew me away. He's a poet, he's clever, he's heartfelt, he's sincere. And recently got to play a baseball game with him and just hit it off. I really like that dude. He's an excellent musician, and I think he's an even better person.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very, very stoked to be a part of this show too.
Absolutely. If people want to find your work or potentially reach out to you about doing photos, how can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at N Duffy Daily. That's NDUFFYDAILEY on Instagram. It's a little bit of a personal Instagram, and I'm going to be doing some more professional stuff soon as well, but you can catch me there for the time being.
Who am I sitting across from right now?
Oh, my name is Matt Liddick. I'm in a band called Higbee.
Nice. And you guys just played earlier this weekend?
Yeah, we played Food Truck's last show at the last Truck Stop show, which is their house venue.
Yeah. How long have you known Travis for?
How long have I known Travis? Oh, man, probably, I don't know, like a year and a half now, 2 years. I just knew him as that crazy dude that wrote songs, and Wyatt Davidic said, listen to him. And I said, okay, I'll listen to him. And I listened to him, and I go, wow, I should have listened to him earlier. No, I love Travis.
Oh, that's awesome. What brought you specifically here today?
Well, I was at his tape release at Godfrey's, and he was just like, I don't know if anyone's going to buy this vinyl if I put it out. And I go, listen, I bought the tape. I also need the vinyl. So I said, I'm coming, and I'm getting the vinyl.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Has there been anything that Travis has taught you through your short time of knowing him?
Yeah, I mean, I respect Travis as a songwriter and a good friend. He played my birthday party last year, and I've just, listening to his music has given me inspiration to write kind of out of the norm. His lyricism is very, I don't know, it's just very perspective. Like, his perspective on his life, his perspective on what's around him. And it's not just about the tropes that we hear about in normal music, like love and breakup. Like, he does write about that, and so do I, but he's kind of taught me that I need to write about the coffee that I had yesterday, or, oh, I saw that stop sign has a lot of stickers on it, and I don't know why, so I'm going to write something like that. It's just stuff you wouldn't think about in writing lyrics. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Absolutely.
I'm Tanner. I play guitar in the band Demoted, and
I'm Alex. I play drums in the band Demoted. And we're two very awkward teenagers with no idea what we're doing.
Well, I wouldn't say that much, but
No, I disagree. I think we're two very awkward teenagers. So right now, we're trying to make our way in the Lehigh Valley music scene, trying to get ourselves out there, and it's been quite the ride so far.
How long have you guys known Travis for?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
Do you...
Probably, like, it's been a few years at this point. I want to say at least, like, probably 3 or 4 at this point, if not leading up to 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you guys know him?
Well, he works at the lesson center, like right next door to here, pretty much.
Right down the street.
And yeah, our band really, we all kind of met there because they have this summer camp. It's like for Music Fest, you get to like meet up with a bunch of other kids and like put a band together. And Travis was always our like band coach.
Yeah.
And he would always be encouraging us to like pursue music and like meet up outside of even the like mandated meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how everything fell together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Doesn't this year's camp start tomorrow?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, the camp starts tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sign your
So
kids up.
we'll be having a long 2 weeks with Travis.
Yeah, having to deal with them.
that's
but
awesome.
no, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do, and it's great to see kids getting out here and doing their own thing. So it's a lot of fun.
My name is Nate Schorb, and I play bass in the band Dear Misty.
Awesome. How long have you known Travis for?
I got to know Travis last spring. That's the spring of 2024, mostly through Alex Luquette. I've known Alex for a while, and he plays with Travis. And so I had the idea to invite Travis to cover a Dear Misty song for our single release and put it out on cassette.
Awesome. And what brings you in today?
Well, Travis has been such a good friend and a supporter, and he's such a warm person. So I definitely wanted to be here to support him for the album release.
Awesome. Well, Nate, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
They're doing sponsored makeup ads, animal conservation there. Makes me feel like I've done nothing, that I'm nothing, and I'm always gonna be.
Thanks for listening to this season of the Lehigh Valley Arts Podcast. We'll be back very soon with the next season and a whole new fleet of episodes and new content. So keep your eyes and ears out. Hopefully you'll see us soon.
And I'm living slow motion, unhappy because I'm only half as happy as I know that I should be. Looking for the secret door, trying to find a password, oh, every day just feeling more back as would though. Looking for the special someone who's gonna let you in.